trust to lead this country no matter what might happen. Any responsible candidate for president would have spent much time assessing possible candidates, thinking through the pros and cons, studying who these people are, praying about it, and examining the potential candidates. And you know, the characteristics that you look for in a vice president are indeed the very same characteristics you look for in a president. First of all, knowledge. Do they know enough to do the job? Do they know where jobs come from? Do they understand why jobs are leaving America? Do they understand why manufacturing jobs are being driven overseas? Do they understand why Carrier has left Indiana and gone to Mexico? Do they understand what is happening in the economy and government? Do they understand the Constitution and Bill of Rights? Are these words on a paper, or are these promises that protect our fundamental liberty? And security, do they understand the threats facing us in the world, the threats that potentially endanger your children and mine? That's the first criterion you look to, is knowledge. Does this person have the experience and knowledge to do the job? Secondly, you look to judgment. Do they have the judgment and wisdom to bear the mantle of a job whose responsibilities have grayed the hair of every person ever to hold that office? Do they think through decisions in a rash and impulsive way? Do they pop off the handle at whatever strikes them at any given moment? Or do they think through careful, measured? Do they assemble a team around them who are smarter than they are? You know, there's an old adage in management that A's hire A's and B's hire C's. If you see a leader who deliberately surrounds himself with people who are not capable, who are not informed, who are not skilled, and who would never, ever, ever stand up to that leader, it tells you that leader is not a leader, but rather someone not at all secure in who they are. And the third thing you look to is character. Are they honest? Do they have core principles that come from their gut, are not a momentary dalliance, announced today to be abandoned tomorrow, but do they know who they are when they look in the mirror? Is it based on whatever the media tells them that given day, whatever the fad is that given moment, whatever is trending on Twitter? Or do they have a foundation? And integral to character, how do they treat others? How do they treat others, especially those they don't have to be nice to? You know, everyone knows how to kiss up. Everyone can be nice to their boss. That is not a complicated skill. But how do they treat the clerk at the convenience store? How do they treat the average man and woman? How do they treat the American citizen? How do they treat the vulnerable? That reveals everything you need to know about character. After a great deal of time and thought, after a great deal of consideration and prayer, I have come to the conclusion that if I am nominated to be President of the United States, that I will run on a ticket with my vice presidential nominee, Carly Fiorina.